Well, hello everybody. How are you today? Well, it is good to be back with you here again on the Facts and Fatherhood podcast. Listen, I have so much to share with you. There has been so much that has been going on. It's been a while since we've had an opportunity to be back together, but we're going to be very much more consistent now. We had some challenges that we had to overcome, which does happen from time to time. And so we had to take a little bit of a hiatus, but we are back online and we're grateful and happy and excited to be back with you here again on the Facts and Fatherhood podcast. Listen, I am so grateful to the Father for all that He does. We've had some time here in Texas. My grandson has been down with his parents, and he just made he's over a little over 3 months now, and we've really been enjoying spending the time that we've had to spend with him. It's almost coming to an end now, which is a sad thing. But we know that there will be another opportunity that we're going to have some time to spend with Mr. Ayanis. And so I am so happy that the Father's allowed me the opportunity to be able to share the privilege of being a grandfather. It is the best ever. I mean, ever. Okay. I'm so excited about that. So again, welcome back. It's good to have you. I'm glad that you are joining me today. And I hope that what we have to share with you today is going to be beneficial and it's going to help you in so many, many, many ways. I'm going to be talking to you a little bit today for just a few moments. This won't be long. I'm going to be talking to you for a few minutes about mental health matters. It's important, men. We talk about the fatherhood thing, and we're going to continue to talk about the fatherhood thing. But what I've come to really understand is that the better the man is, a good man makes a good father. A good man makes a good husband. And so we want to just kind of speak to you as men and kind of challenge you around the subject matter, which sometimes becomes taboo, about mental health. And then tell you about some things that we have forthcoming that we want you to experience and be a part of, to kind of get back in the swing of things and give you an opportunity to be able to get some resources in your hand that we believe are going to be beneficial and helpful to you in your walk as a father, but also in just your job as a man. You know, I often say this, of course, and I say this on every single podcast. Let me say it right now. I love being a father. I love being a father, and I hope that you, if you don't already love being a father the way I love being a father, I hope that we can encourage you to do just that. And if you do love being a father, hopefully, if it's possible to you to for you to love it more, then maybe perhaps we can encourage you to just dig in deeper and even love your duty and your job even more. And let me just say, I absolutely love being a grandfather. It is such a privilege and such an honor. And I'm really, 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 really grateful for it. Hey. So, it's been a while. And of course, I want to make sure that I always encourage you to do what the instructions are telling you to do at the bottom of the screen. I need you to like, share, and subscribe. I need you to like, share, and subscribe. Everybody say it with me. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, that's going to help us a whole lot as we are trying our best to continue forward in this journey on facts and fatherhood. Well, I want to encourage you also to make sure that you check out this little resource that is mentioned right here. It is www.factsandfathers.com. I want you to go over there, check out the website. Look at the resources. There's some past podcasts that you can check out over there. There's some merch that you can check out over there. The merch, my favorite merch over there, is the merch that has to do with the statement that my dear old dad used to say all the time, that we did this in honor of him and recognition of him. Well, he always used to put those glasses down and say, boy or girl, don't let the devil fool you. And so all of our little merch that's over there, there's a t-shirt, there is a hoodie, there's some other things that's over there for you to be able to check out. And by the way, you're very soon going to also be able to purchase your own 1 ounce silver coin, and it will be a minted Facts and Fatherhood silver coin. Oh, you're gonna want to know about that really, really soon. You're gonna hear more about that really, really soon. It's so exciting. I'm really grateful for that opportunity. as things are happening in our economy and things are happening in our world. Sometimes it's a little bit challenging with these things that are happening, but there is a way where you can kind of protect yourself and shield yourself from some of the things that are coming. And collecting silver and gold is one of the ways to do that. I'm not going to talk about that today, but you will be able to get your own minted facts and fatherhood podcast coin. 1 ounce silver coin. If you only knew how much 1 ounce of silver was worth right now. But anyway, we'll get into that a little bit later on. I also want you to remember this is available right now. You can actually get your hands on this particular resource right now. You can it's just and all that kind of stuff like that. That would be encouraging, just something for you to kind of reset your mind and reset your thoughts concerning. And so I want you to get your hands on that book. Also, we've had some delays, but you're going to be hearing very, very soon about our Arrows in My Hand book that you're actually going to be able to get into your hands. That's also going to be an audio book. But that's one of the reasons why we had to delay it just a little bit. But you'll hear more about that very, very soon. We'll be talking about those things forthcoming on the podcast. So we are actually in a series that we are entering into at this particular point in time. It is called Faith and Fatherhood. Why? Because in my fatherhood journey, I have found that my faith is paramount. And so I'm going to have some guests that are going to be on. We had Gail Douglas that was scheduled to be with us on last month, but because of the delays and sort of the things that we had going on, and deaths and all that kind of stuff like that, we had to kind of rework some things around. She's actually going to come and she's going to be a part, and she's going to kind of kick us off in our faith and fatherhood journey. She's going to share the story that she had as a single mother. Yeah, that's right. She's going to share her story that she had as a single mother and how she really worked on making sure that there was a connection with the father and the daughter. She'll tell you her story. I just want you to be a part of that. Don't miss that. You want to be a part of that podcast. And then my friend and brother, Bishop Ivory Harris. He is from Seattle, Washington. He is going to be on, and he's going to be sharing with us. So he's going to be one of the fathers that's going to be sharing with us, one of our show up dads that's going to be sharing with us about how faith makes an impact. It makes a difference. Okay. Faith makes a difference in your approach to fatherhood. It makes a difference in the challenges that you experience as a father. Faith makes a difference. Okay. And I told y'all before, and I'm not ashamed. I am unapologetic about the fact that we hold to scripture. We hold to we hold to the scriptures. We hold to the Bible as it relates to anything that we're doing. But we hold on this particular podcast. We believe in the principles that are found in the scriptures. That's the principles that have worked for me and have worked for the fathers and everything like that I'm sharing with. They work, okay? The principles that are in the scripture. This is the Father who made this whole concept of family. He knows how this is supposed to work. So he's given us those instructions in the scriptures that's going to help us to be able to be effective in the job that we have as fathers. All right. So that's why we hold to the scriptures. And you'll hear me talk about some scriptures today, because I want that to be on your mind and on your heart. And if you maybe have an issue with that, I can't necessarily apologize. Like I said, I'm unapologetic for that, because I know that these principles work. I know that they will help. I know that they will aid in you being successful in your journey of fatherhood. So let's talk a little bit about this particular subject matter. Because like I said, we're not going to be very, very long, but I wanted to challenge you. Of course, what I understand is, of course, June is the month where we, and actually in a few days, will actually be up on Father's Day, right? And when it comes to like holidays, it's so interesting that I found out that Father's Day ranks below Arbor Day. Okay, Arbor Day, if you know what Arbor Day is a day or whatever that they celebrate, or that they plant trees. It has everything to do with trees. And so Father's Day ranks below Arbor Day when it comes to the holidays that are observed here in the United States. Interestingly enough, some people don't celebrate Father's Day for different reasons. Some people don't celebrate it because of religious reasons. Some people don't celebrate Father's Day because they have a negative thought process when it comes to fathers. They've never had their fathers in their lives. And so there's a lot of negativity that's associated with fatherhood. But you know what? We're going to work and do all we can to change that narrative. We want to make sure that people understand how important fatherhood is. Fatherhood is so significantly important. It is connected to so many different things. It is connected to so many different behavior problems. It is connected to so much crime. And fatherlessness is a big issue. This is the most fatherless generation that there has been I think forever. As far as, I guess recorded history is concerned, this is probably the most fatherless generation. I'd be willing to bet that this is the most fatherless generation that ever existed. And so it's problematic. It leads to different things because there are certain things that fatherhood provides for a child that helps that person to grow up into being a healthy adult. And so the lack of fatherhood does negatively impact, or it does make it more challenging, let me say it like that, for a person, an individual, to be able to find that sense of identity, that sense of wholeness, a sense of completeness in their walk in life. And so it's problematic. So this is why we really created this space, not to beat up on dads. It's to be an encouragement to dads, to just help them be strengthened in their walk and in their journey as they approach fatherhood. Well, that being said, I am wanting to make sure that you will join me here every other Friday. Okay, we'll be here every other Friday. It's Thursday today, but we're going to be doing every other Friday. You should look for a podcast from Facts and Fatherhood, and I want you to be a part of that journey with us. We'll be able to increase that, and we'll be able to do more here and there, but I want you to be able to be a part of the journey. So we're going to be doing every other Friday. It's going to be every other Friday of the month. It's going to be Fatherhood Friday. All right. And we will have a podcast that we will have on, and we'll be sharing with you along the lines of your journey of fatherhood. Again, I want you to love being a father the way that I love being a father. And I want you to remember this. Remember this. I am a good man doing the best I can, and I'm going to work to make my best better. We can always do better. So, to the subject matter at hand. One of the most alarming things, as we were talking about, yes, this is that's how we got into that. We were talking about the fact that this is Father's Day, the month that we celebrate Father's Day. It's also billed in some circles as Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Now, if you ask me, I really don't. I get the gist behind all of it, but if you ask me, I don't think mental health awareness should be something that only is emphasized within a particular month. Like I said, I get it. They're highlighting it. They're giving it some space and time. I understand that. I'm not critical of those things. I think people sometimes are too critical of things that they don't really try to take the time to understand. I understand what the gist is behind it, but I'm saying mental health matters every single day of your life. And again, we hold to the scriptures here, and the scriptures have a lot to say about our minds, a lot to say about our thinking. And so I'm going to always reference the scriptures. I mean, if you're going to watch this podcast, you and I are going to hear, and we're going to reference, and we're going to talk through some of the scripture. All right, because that's helpful. It works. Okay. I don't know how to stress that more. But one of the most alarming things that I've found out, it was, I mean, like just something that I read as I was kind of looking up some of these things and looking up some of these statistics. It was alarming. And one of the main statistics that I found was that when it comes to suicide, 80% of all suicides is men. Now that 20% is broken down into other different groups and all that kind of stuff like that. But 80% of all suicides that happen in the United States, in this country, happen where men are taking their lives. Generally, this happens around the middle of life, and a lot of times people consider experience what is called midlife crisis. And I know a lot of things are given a lot of different names. And I'm taking my time talking about this because this is a very, very serious subject matter, and sometimes a very taboo subject matter. Sometimes among different, people of different beliefs, but sometimes, among men, it's a very, very taboo subject matter. And there's a couple things that I just want to encourage you, challenge you. I just wanted to put my voice out there as one of those voices encouraging you in this space, whoever you might be, and just kind of share with you the reality of what this looks like. Okay, because I've had my own challenges with this. Okay, so 80%, 80%. That is, that is alarming. 80% of all suicides happen at the hands of men. That that is alarming. Men, yeah, yes,